were sophisticated weapons found on them?
Well, like I said, I haven't seen the exhibit, but I know that if they are identified, and if the exhibit must not have been in their hands, because you know their modus operandi, as soon as they're done, in a short while, these things are kept somewhere. They don't go about with them. But if they do, fine. But we're going to make sure that we bring all witnesses and try as much as possible to prove beyond doubt that they were those.
DIG Joshark,
that were among those who committed offense.
We need to clarify this. I mean, you may not have seen the evidence, but your men who arrested them, did they see any weapons, sophisticated weapons or not, on them?
Well, like I said, I don't know. I don't want to say this out here now, but I think they have reasons for their arrest. And if they have reasons for their arrest, whether the arms were seen with them or they had been hidden, we will do everything possible to gather evidence to do this prosecution. And if they are, we ensure that conviction is gained if they are.
Okay. When the Inspector General of Police visited the villa sometime last week, the correspondent asked him a question about this matter, and he called it a communal crisis. Since you're on ground, from what you found, would you say it's a communal crisis?
Well, like I said, people would want to make a mountain out of a small thing. It's immaterial, whatever word you use. But I can tell you that, yes, there's a crisis on ground, and it is about the headsmen who are trying to oppose, to the best of my knowledge, the anti-grazing and prohibition law. And this law is being enforced, and the police will ensure that people comply with these laws. And the Inspector General of Police, where I am there at his instance, the logistics and the manpower that are there are at his instance. The helicopter that he has offered that will remain so long as this crisis lasts is at the instance of the Inspector General of Police. I think he should be encouraged, and he should also he should be encouraged, and his role should be appreciated. And like I said, on a daily basis, he called to review and give directive. And for me, I think the Inspector General of Police is passionate about bringing peace to this Guma and local government in Benue State.
All right, Mr. Joshark, you said here that the Benue State government should adopt community policing. Indeed, the community should help. Are you suggesting that they should arm the vigilante, or you know, they have a new group that's been formed to protect the livestock guards? Yes, that's what they're called. Are you suggesting that they be armed?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, as I am there, I am imbibing the community policing. The community policing is engaging them fully in the security of their environment, for them to create an eagle eye, to watch out for invaders and those who are not members of that community, and share that with us through telephone. And we're going to create small position where these policemen and the mobile men will, and the intelligence, we're also going to use the helicopter to hover around areas where there are flashpoints. The community must be able to share intelligence with us. The community must be able to create watching eyes, to be able to see far if people coming around are not part of the community. And that's the only way we can take them out before any injury is done or crime committed. We cannot, as police officers alone, sit there and be able to fish them out. We must work with them. And we're going to meet, and I'm going to share with them on how to go about it. And this is exactly what we're doing. And that is the spirit of community policing.
Okay, in the face of a situation right now, are you getting enough cooperation from the resident and the government of Benue State?
I am getting enough cooperation. The governor of Benue State is ready to provide even more logistics. He shared information with us, and I think he believes in what we're doing. We're going to be very honest about it, and we're going to be committed. I can assure you that there will be a big difference when we begin to do this with the community and ensuring that no matter how remote they are, no matter how isolated they are, if the community are able to let us know, then we will be able to catch these people and get them arrested and bring them to justice.
All right. I asked you a question about the amount of patrols that your men do around these communities. You didn't exactly answer that, but in the face of the attack that's said to have happened yesterday and day before yesterday, were your men on ground? Were they patrolling, or were they somewhere else when it happened?
Don't forget, this is not an identified at a particular location. These are remote areas with difficult terrain, and they happen at various locations. It is not possible to begin to spread the police in all these communities. And therefore, when they happen, it will happen. And if it does, what is the response? What is the police action? And that is why I'm saying that with our helicopter up, once it is done, and it is within the range at which we can go up, we'll be able to go up and trace them and know where they are and communicate to people on ground. Sometimes these are locations, if you come with me, you will appreciate what I'm talking about. It is not an area where it's very, very close and it's accessible. These are areas quite at distance, but we don't mind that. And so we are not talking about a particular area that is being attacked on a constant basis. The location changes, but we're ready to change when the location changes. So we should understand and appreciate the terrain and understand what it is.
We're talking about how to end this thing or nipping it in the bud. The governor has talked about the Miyetti Allah being behind these attacks. Has the police had any conversation with the leadership of Miyetti Allah? Have you invited them? Yes, we have engaged them, and we've also confronted them with this allegation. And don't forget, that's why they've taken the government of Benue State to court right now. They're in court. And we're zeroing on them. And if there's any pieces of information that we shall pick that has to do with them, they will not be spared. What about their allegations in the media?
Time will tell.
They say their attack on January 1 was based on it was like a retaliation for their cattle that was stolen. I mean, they're quoted as saying that in the media. Have you questioned them about that, and what's their response?
Well, they've given their statement, and we're verifying. When we go in, and we're able to gather also a lot of intelligence from the community that are affected, and also get some traces of evidence, I'm sure we're going to get a window, and we're going to get a lead. It's never too late. But I can assure you that those that will be connected to this killing will not be spared.
You say whoever is connected with the killings will not be spared. What's the guarantee? What are the timelines you have to ensure that this, especially so that the residents of Benue State can be a bit more comfortable? What timelines are you working with?
For now, we are doing what we call visibility policing. Visibility policing is try as much as possible to occupy space around the residents of these farmers. Don't forget that it's a farming community who would want to sparsely settled, and in doing that, fine. We're going to ensure that we have police visible and any other equipment by way of patrol, by collaborating with the communities, for them also to be part of this security and giving us information as to the route and people that have been cited coming in maybe without any recourse and not members of the community. When we do that, I'm sure we're going to reduce this incident and the issue of living in fear to the barest minimum. We will do that, and we have no other mission than that. So we will keep collaborating, and I can assure you that we're going to achieve something that lives and property will be seen to be safe.
Mr. Jashak, I would have to ask you this question again, because the people of Benue State, residents of Benue State, want to know at what particular time they can rest their head. What timeline are you working with? In 1 day, 2 days, 1 week?
We don't know the plan of this perpetrators of this crime. We don't know their plans, but we're going to counter that. Well, like I told you, we're going to try as much as possible to form a ring around this area. The other day that I came, the first day that I came, that I had the meetings, it was Nasarawa and Benue, all the stakeholders, including government officials, the police, the military. And we went to Away. Away is about 2.5 hours drive from Lafia, where we saw some of the victims who have been displaced. And they also are prepared to give intelligence. And so we're working with not just Benue, but the contiguous state like the Nasarawa, that is going to play a major role. And if I tell you a week, I do not know the plans of these people. But I think we have what it takes to counter. And we will do that with the government sincerely. And we won't waste no time. But it will not be fair on my side to give you a week and to give you 2 weeks. But we'll do our best.
Thank you very much, DIG Habila Joshak, in charge of operations. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us.